The recent blackout that left several regions of Spain in darkness was not merely a technical failure. At least that's what is beginning to circulate among those investigating anomalous phenomena. Several unofficial reports point to a precise coincidence. At the moment of the energy collapse, spikes of electromagnetic radiation were detected in multiple locations across the peninsula. It wasn't a solar storm, nor a cascading failure. Everything points to a temporal distortion, a saturation caused by the simultaneous arrival of several time travelers. The technology used would have interfered with high-frequency electrical systems, leading to the collapse. The theory that humans can travel through time has ceased to be a mere idea of science fiction. Today, some quantum physicists, engineers, and frontier theorists consider that the foundations for time travel already exist, and it doesn't require dozens of elements, just three. Three key components that, when used together, allow the breaking of the presence barrier. The first is speed. To alter the course of time, it is essential to move at speeds close to the speed of light. Albert Einstein proposed this more than a century ago. Time is not fixed, it dilates according to velocity and gravity. Clocks in orbit, for example, mark time differently from those on Earth's surface. This difference, although minuscule, is concrete evidence that time can be manipulated. On a larger scale, traveling at extreme speeds slows down the traveler's perception of time. If a human body could move at 99.999% the speed of light, they might experience minutes while years pass on Earth. Relativity is not an esoteric theory. It is a proven principle. The challenge lies in reaching that speed without destroying the ship or the traveler inside. And here comes the second element, the energy source. To overcome the current physical laws, it is necessary to use a type of energy capable of distorting space-time. Fossil fuels and conventional nuclear energy are not enough. What is required is an energy concentration comparable to that of a black hole. These cosmic entities not only destroy matter, they also distort time. At their periphery, time slows down almost to a halt. Some theorists suggest that if one could orbit in the right zone of a black hole without falling into its core, a usable temporal channel would open. In advanced laboratories, signs of micro-black holes created by subatomic collisions have been observed. Though they last only a fraction of a second, their existence confirms that it is possible to generate fields of extreme gravity on an artificial scale. Stabilizing one of these black holes could allow the creation of a tunnel, what physics calls a wormhole. This tunnel would connect 2 points in space-time directly, like an invisible shortcut between two distinct moments. However, even with the right speed and energy, time travel cannot happen without the third component, the traveler's mind. Time is not just an external dimension. It is also a field intertwined with consciousness. Some studies have found that people in altered states of perception can anticipate events or describe past occurrences with unusual accuracy. It has been hypothesized that the human mind has an innate ability to connect with other timelines. Activating this mental potential does not depend solely on willpower. It requires preparation, focus, and a deep connection between thought and the quantum structure of the environment. In an advanced time navigation system, the mind acts as the helm. Speed drives, energy crosses, but consciousness steers. This combination of factors creates the phenomenon of displacement. It's not just a matter of technology, it's also a psychic experience. Numerous reports leaked over the past decade speak of individuals who have undergone time travels using this three-element model. One of the most documented cases is that of Andrew Carlson. He appeared in New York in early 2003 and, in just 2 weeks, turned an $800 investment into over $350 million. Every stock trade he made was perfect, anticipating events on the market that were unpredictable even for experts. When arrested for fraud, he claimed to be from the year 2256, and that all this information was public in his time. What was most unsettling was that there were no prior records of his identity. No one knew him, before or after. After posting bail, he disappeared without a trace. Another case is that of John Titor. In early 2000, he began posting messages on digital forums claiming to be a traveler from the year 2036. His mission was to recover an IBM 5100 computer capable of solving a critical problem in his time related to a compatibility error. He described details of his world, his time machine, and events that would occur in the 21st century. Although some predictions didn't come true, many coincidences were unsettling. The technical specifications he gave for the IBM 5100 were later confirmed by engineers from the company, which lent credibility to his account. The accuracy with which he described the implications of certain technological decisions, social changes, and information control patterns makes it seem he wasn't speaking from imagination. His story ended abruptly. He stopped writing. He was never heard from again. Some researchers believe he completed his mission and was extracted.
But now I have an expanded explanation with two examples. A while ago, on one of the posts, I related an experience I had with my parents while we were driving down a highway. Every now and then, we would pass someone who was in obvious distress with their vehicle. I was amazed that so many people could pass them by without stopping to help. Their explanation was fear. The risk of helping someone was too great, and with today's technology, they probably had a cell phone anyway. Farewell, John.
In recent years, events linked to magnetic spikes, atmospheric anomalies, and erratic atomic clock readings have been recorded, coinciding with sightings of unidentified phenomena. These signals don't always match the presence of spacecraft, but instead indicate alterations in the environment consistent with what one would expect from temporal activity. Clocks marking minute differences in adjacent rooms, navigation systems losing reference, and people claiming to have lived moments that cannot be repeated or verified. Time travel operations remain in the shadows because any revelation would immediately alter the structure of the present. The time paradox is not just a philosophical dilemma, it is also a global instability threat. If someone from the future modifies a decision in the past, the effect does not stop at that point. It spreads. That is why most time travelers act under strict no-intervention protocols. What once seemed like a science fiction tale is now starting to be observed as a real possibility. Speed, extreme energy, and mental control. It's not a magical formula, it's an emerging technological model. Humanity has begun to walk along an increasingly unstable timeline. It's no longer a matter of whether it can be done. It's a matter of when and how what's already happening is regulated. The journey has already begun, and each new blackout might not be a failure, but an echo of that invisible technology that continues to enter and leave our present without asking for permission.